At Prometric, we have two goals. One is to make your testing experience as stress-free as possible. The other is to do whatever we can to protect the value of your credential in the market. The biometric check-in process and security procedures in place at our test centers help to do just that. We believe that the more you know about what to expect at the center on your test day, the more comfortable you will feel coming in, and the better you'll perform on your test. We hope that by learning about it in advance of your test, you'll feel more prepared and less nervous about what to expect. Biometric check-in is part of our normal test center check-in procedures, but is not required by all testing sponsor programs. When you walk into the test center, you will be greeted by a Prometric Test Center Administrator, or TCA. The TCA will ask for your name and for a valid form of photo identification. The TCA will look to see that you, the person standing there, look like the photograph on the ID you presented. Acceptable forms of ID include a valid government-issued photo ID, such as a driver's license or passport. This will be predetermined by your testing sponsor. Next, the TCA will assign you a locker and provide you with a locker key. Our test center regulations state that all of your personal belongings, including cell phones, cameras, car keys, jackets, hats, or any other item, be placed in your temporary Prometric locker throughout the duration of your time in the test center. You will be permitted to keep your ID and your locker key with you at all times. After placing your belongings in a locker, you may be asked to sit in a comfortable waiting area for a few minutes until you are called once again by the TCA to proceed with biometric-enabled check-in procedures. Biometric-enabled check-in is a process that includes everything from validating your photo ID to capturing a fingertip scan. When your name is called, a TCA will perform your computer check-in procedures. You will be asked to present your ID to the TCA and to sign your name on the daily login sheet. The TCA will visually inspect the picture and signature on your ID and then swipe or scan your identification through a digital reader. Doing this electronically verifies that the personal information stored on the ID is accurate. Next, you will be asked to provide a scan of your fingertip. You will not experience any pain or discomfort of any kind from the fingertip scanner. If this is your first time testing with Prometric, you will be asked to scan your fingertip multiple times. A total of 6 finger swipes, 3 from your right hand and 3 from your left, will be taken. The TCA will walk you through the process 1 finger swipe at a time. Once all 6 scans are complete, the combination of scans will create one complete fingertip pattern template. Think of it like 6 puzzle pieces coming together to form a complete picture. This will allow Prometric to match your fingertip pattern with your name and the picture on your ID. The TCA will ask you to turn your pockets completely inside out. The reason for this is to show without a doubt that they have been emptied of all personal belongings. After your pockets are checked, the test center administrator will scan you with a handheld metal detector wand as an added security measure. You will be scanned prior to each entry into the test room, including when you return from breaks. The scan will be done in full view of the TCA DVR camera, so it will be recorded, and any complaints or escalations can be properly investigated. Please rest assured that the metal detectors do not affect pregnancies, pacemakers, or other medical equipment that's connected to the body. These procedures are designed to protect you and assure fairness for all candidates testing. The biometric information you provide, including your ID information and your fingertip pattern scan, is protected by multiple layers of security and remains safely stored. Capturing your fingertip pattern template is simply a way for Prometric to match the things that make you unique: your fingertip, your name, and your photograph or image to a testing event happening that day. The purpose of collecting this information is to verify that you are who you say you are throughout your Prometric testing experience and to protect the value of the credential you will receive. There are some additional check-in procedures that may be necessary for you, depending on what test you are taking. We'll cover them briefly, but remember, not everyone will have to go through them. Be sure to read all documentation provided by your testing sponsor prior to your test day. If you have specific questions or concerns, please contact your testing sponsor. Depending on what test you are taking, you may also be required to provide a test day photo. The TCA will take a digital photograph of you as a part of the check-in process. The TCA will explain all of the standard rules and regulations that apply to Prometric test centers, as well as any that apply specifically to your test. The TCA may also provide you with any materials required for your test, such as scrap paper and a pencil, or a dry erase board and pen. Do not hesitate to ask the TCA any questions you may have before your test begins. Once in the testing room, please be mindful of the other candidates testing and follow the TCA's instructions. If you have questions while testing, simply raise your hand and a TCA will come to assist you. Depending on the test you are taking, once you are sitting at a computer and have begun, you may be permitted to take breaks. While the initial biometric-enabled check-in process is complete at this point, the fingertip swipe machines will be used to validate when you leave the testing room for a break and when you come back. When exiting the testing lab to take a break, you will be required to present your ID to the TCA and to place your fingertip on the scanner. You will also sign your name on the daily roster log. When you return from your break and want to re-enter the testing room, you will repeat this same process. Doing this will match your fingertip scan against the scan you provided during check-in to ensure that the person who left for a break, you, is the same person returning to the test room and the same person who checked in earlier that day. Finally, upon completion of your exam, you will sign out of the test lab by providing a final fingertip swipe. Biometric check-in is fast, effortless, and effective. It ensures the integrity of the credential you are investing your time and money in by keeping it secure. Biometric information allows us to match a face and a fingertip with a name, and to protect the public by ensuring that those people who carry credentials are the same people who earned them in the first place. Remember to study well, bring a valid form of ID, and get a good night's rest. We look forward to seeing you on your test day.